too great for us, my dear. Can't pretend that I was perfectly with you in fear. Oh man, what a world, the things I...
Hey you guys, what's Gucci? It's your boy K-Dot, the first Black Super Saiyan wherever on this planet. I'm back here with another video. Your boy K-Dot got a special video for you guys. So I was on Netflix, right? I was surfing Netflix, boom, 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 boom. Your boy just rewatched the film. I watched this film 3 times today. I rewatched this film 3 times today. It shows this movie is tight. It's a Marvel film. But it's not a live action Marvel film. This is an animated Marvel film. You guys, I'm going to do a spoiler review of this film because I always wanted to review this film. And now that I got a YouTube channel, I might as well review it and give y'all my real spin on it. And why this is tight. How they could have easily incorporated this into the MCU without having to... This could have been a whole film. Legit. This is the Planet Hulk spoiler review. We're going to spoiler review it because this film has been out for years now and people have had time to see it. Now it's on Netflix, you can go watch it. But this is for all the people that already seen it and how we can get deep into the discussion on this. So let's start this off. Planet Hulk takes place. First things first, Planet Hulk starts with the Illuminati, which is incorporated with Iron Man, Doctor Strange, I think BP's part of it, Reed Richards, and the more intelligent minds of the Marvel Universe find out that the Hulk is too unruly. Now this is a story that's built up. This is just a little one-off story, not linked to a big animated universe. This film is... So basically how this works, based off what I've seen in the comics. But this is for the film. Basically, the Hulk got tricked into going onto a solo mission to go save somebody, right? Save somebody some shit. Hulk went inside the ship. The ship locked on him. The ship blasted off and went into space. Now, Reed Richards and the other smart minds of Earth thought this Bruce Banner's too unruly as the Hulk. The Hulk is too dangerous. The Hulk is a loose cannon. He gotta go. So basically, they send him off to this planet. This planet, this red desert, desolate planet called the planet of Sakaar. This planet is a gladiator planet. This is not the same Sakaar from Thor Ragnarok. Get that out of your head. This is not the same Sakaar that Thor went to. This is the actual Sakaar with the Red King. Kyera. This is the planet where Hulk ends up becoming World War Hulk. Ends up having 2 sons. Scar, and another child. This is that storyline, part of the World War Hulk storyline, where Hulk went with his warbound Meek Korg to go and meet Korg and many more to go back to Earth to get revenge. But this is not that film. This is the prequel to that, to what sort of a prequel to the comic World War Hulk. So basically, what takes place in this comic is this Hulk is clearly a smarter Hulk. He's very intelligent. Very intelligent. Very intelligent. He can speak. He can think for himself. But he can speak in a manner that's... Speak in a more normal manner. Not like the MCU Hulk that talks like a big dummy. This Hulk can actually think from... He's not... I'm not saying he's a scientist smart. But he's smart enough to have to hold a conversation, share dialogue, but his anger gets the better of him in his show. But when you see Hulk in his pastime when he's not fighting, he's a very calm dude. He may have some outbursts, but he's a very stern, serious guy. And depending on what character he's talking to, his mood's going to change. If he's talking to one of the Warbound, he may be a little bit annoyed by them having to talk to him because for some odd reason, one of the Warbound thinks Hulk is the savior of Sakaar. They think that he's the Sakaarson, the savior that will free them from the Red King and his rule. So basically, Hulk gets transported to this planet. He gets locked up by this device. Now, from what I know, this device is like it's some weird shock. It looks like it either sends some neurotoxin or some kind of shock to your body. But it somehow was able to subdue a character like Beta Ray Bill, who's not as strong as Thor, but is close to being on Thor's level of strength. This word disc that was placed on his body to weaken him, so if he got out of place, they can send the whatever neurotoxin or electric shock through your body to subdue you. So they claim the Hulk. The Red King's guards, they grab Hulk, they snatch him up, take him to the gladiator pits. Take him to the gladiator pits of Sakaar, right? And, you know, they see that he's a valuable fighter and they want to use him. And in the transport ship on the way to Sakaar's gladiator pits, the battlegrounds, Hulk meets his warbound. He meets Meek, he meets Korg, he meets some of the defectors of the Red King that have been that have been captured and are now going to be forced into gladiator pits because they betrayed the Red King. So you have Red King defectors that have defected from the Red King's rule and are a rebellion that had some members pushed into the gladiator pit to be used for entertainment, and they can fight for their entertainment, but it's also another way to punish the Red King's previous soldiers that have turned on him. So you got characters like Meek, who's also part of his warbound. Meek is a little kind of bug creature. He's not the strongest, but he's the one with the most heart in a way. He's the one with the most heart in a way if you really look at it. Then you get Korg, who's also the second muscle, but he's a second muscle, but a more smarter, grounded piece of muscle. He basically looks like the same. So when the Thing got his cosmic powers, whatever alien was linked to whatever cosmic powers the Thing ended up getting, is the same thing this creature Korg is part of. Whatever species he's part of, because Korg, the Thing looks like Korg, but Korg looks like a more fulfilling form of the Thing. He looks like how a normal creature. It's like if the Thing had a species of its own, the Thing from the Fantastic Four, if he met whatever species his powers is linked to, the species that he meets is a more complete species because they're born that way. But the Thing was hit with these powers and given some of these abilities. So as I'm looking at this movie, this is a really good movie. This movie gives you dialogue of Hulk that's good enough to be for a film. And then you can have so many supporting characters that actually help out. And you have a full Hulk film. This Planet Hulk movie would have been a perfect MCU installment for a second Hulk movie. And this could have been right. See, this would have been hard to do, but the MCU would have figured it out. But what I'm saying is, this film could have been a film of its own. Without having to take this film and turn it into Thor Ragnarok, where they make a parody of this film and what happened to Hulk on his planet, to full and turn it into a parody is very discouraging. Yes, I know the MCU is all cool and well, but this could have been its own film. This had to when Hulk hopped on that jet in the MCU, left the planet, and was going to Sakaar, this could have been the perfect film. Hulk still could have been captured, put at that disc, had that special disc placed on his body that's used to weaken very powerful beings, and he gets forced to a gladiator pit, meets his other fighters, the Warbound, meets Kyra and stuff. And, I wouldn't know how he's going to get back to Earth for when Thanos comes, but still, this could have been a good standalone film in the MCU. This could have been a good film to give Hulk actually a good film. And this could have been the film that actually makes Hulk solves that problem of Hulk and Banner being that dynamic that needs to become more complete, but still to give Hulk more knowledge and more personality would have been good if they did this film in the MCU. Because in this film, how this film plays out is, this does not get to the World War Hulk section that's in the comics. This is just the prequel to World War Hulk. This film is basically Hulk getting trapped, getting sent to this planet, locked up, forced to be a gladiator. Hulk is trying to steer clear of everything that's going on, but Hulk is only fighting to get himself out. But he's still helping out his Warbound. But the Warbound really want Hulk to become the savior of Sakaar. They really got hope that Hulk is their savior. But Hulk isn't having none of it. Hulk is done with being tricked and belittled and casted away because the Illuminati and everybody else on Earth casted him out. Beta Ray Bill, after Hulk defeated Beta Ray Bill in this film, Beta Ray Bill asked Hulk, I can send you back home to Earth and we can both go back home. You wanna know what Hulk said? He said, this Earth is no longer my home. And he didn't want to go back. He didn't want to go back because those people was treating him like shit. They was treating him like shit. People on Earth. But basically, Hulk in this film, Hulk ends up having to change his heart because he actually does develop a little relationship with the Warbound. It's not. I wish they could have fleshed out more with the Warbound and Hulk and have them talk more to flesh out a relationship. But Hulk, when Kyra of the Old Strong called out Hulk for being just a brute, an angry brute, Hulk really felt some type of way about it because Kyra was trying to insist on getting Hulk to come and fight the Red King spawns a little spike ball thingies that end up getting inside your body and mutating your body and affecting you. Kyra wanted Hulk to come fight and help out, but Hulk was like, psh, psh, you want to talk smack about me? I'm not finna help you at all. Then she talked her shit. She said, you're this, you're that, you're never gonna be nothing. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go save those people myself, and she did. But then her words reached the Hulk, and Hulk was like, nah, I'm more than that. He wanted to go back and help. Hulk went and helped out his old Warbound, tried to free the city, kill as many of those Red King's little spawn aliens that come and infect people's bodies and turns them into these weird beasts. He came back, tried to help the best way he can, and at the end of this film, which I think is the best part, when Hulk faked his death. When Hulk faked his death, bro, that shit was tight, bro. They had him pinned down. He wasn't pinned down. They had him laid out on this table, parading his body around the planet of Sakaar until they got to the main palace. And then the Red King was going to personally execute Hulk. But when they took that cover off of Hulk, the sheet that was covering his face, after Hulk faked his death when he wasn't really dead, Hulk woke up, opened them eyes, and socked this dude. And then it was just Hulk and the Red King going head up together, boom, 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 trading blows, knocking each other out. Bah! And then, after Hulk defeated the Red King and had this man running in fear, Hulk called over Kyra and said, nah, this kill ain't mine. This is for someone else. Kyra took the same spores that the Red King used to destroy Kyra's planet to find an Old Strong to be his right hand. She took the same weapon he used to exterminate a planet on him. And the same things that the Red King used to exterminate people ended up exterminating him. So Karma came back in, bit him, and it hurt. Karma got that ass, yo. But look, my favorite characters in this film was obviously Hulk. This is probably the most fleshed out you'll see Hulk in a movie. Well, animated movie, but this is the most time you'll see him fleshed out. Still a good film. But I like Hulk. I like the expansive dialogue they gave him. I like that they showed a more intelligent Hulk. Because what I got from this film, I felt no Bruce Banner. This was Hulk's film. This was no Bruce Banner film. This is not Bruce Banner and Hulk. This was Hulk. It was Hulk's film and he was carrying it. He was doing it. But, you know, Hulk has to be carried by other characters for him to have a good story. Because if it's just a solo film about Bruce and Hulk, the film has to be about Bruce and Hulk and their dynamic, them going back and forth in their head, talking smack to each other, doing this, doing that, blah, blah, blah. But I like Hulk in this film. I like Kyra the Old Strong. Kyra is sexy, yo. Hulk and Kyra end up getting together at the end of this movie. And then, you know, when you get into the World War Hulk comics, when Hulk comes back to Earth, he's angry. Then you get into him fathering her kid, their son Scar and stuff. They end up having that kid. You have to read the World War Hulk comic. I read that comic. It was tight. Hulk and Sentry went head up. That was tight. Another character I liked was Meek. I really felt like Meek was really the heart of the group. He wasn't the strongest, but he was definitely hard. You know, it kind of had some cute moments. I was kind of like, man, show him some love, Hulk. Like, Meek really got fond of Hulk. Meek and Hulk. This was not the Meek, that trash Meek from Thor Ragnarok. Even though Meek looked funny. That wasn't Meek. This was Meek from Planet Hulk. And it was tight from the comics. It was tight. They got Korg on point too. I liked Korg. I liked his kind of stoic voice. We know Korg was voiced by a black guy. That was a black guy voice. I think Hulk was voiced by a black guy too. In this film. But I think those are my favorite characters in this film. Korg, Meek, Kyera, and Hulk. I liked all 4 of these characters. I liked them in this film. Everybody else was cool. It was cool. You can say I did like the Red King. The Red King was kind of that villain that you just look at and you're like, he's that villain. That's just an antagonizer. He's kind of like, he's basically Frieza. He likes to antagonize in such situations. But the difference between the Red King and Frieza can back up his talk. The Red King really can't. That's the Red King hides behind a armor-plated suit. You can say the same thing about Hulk. Hulk hides behind the fact that he's linked to Bruce Banner, but you know Hulk is the Hulk. Hulk and Bruce Banner are 2 separate beings, but they share one body. But the thing about the Red King, he is a villain that's basically flexing his power, but he doesn't have the skill or power to back it up. He has the followers, but the physical power to flex it, nah. He has the followers to do his biddings, but the physical power to combat Hulk isn't there. Because Hulk could have easily wrecked him. But Kyera, when she was working under the Red King before her and Hulk ended up getting together, she was like legit. She was so powerful that she took her hand in her palm, hit Hulk on his sternum, knocked him back, and he fell on the ground. Hulk was mid-air, getting ready to punch the Red King at his table, right? Whoosh, you getting ready to punch the Red King. And then Kyera took her hand in her fist, took her hand like this, pushed Hulk, hit him in the sternum. Hulk just fell back, boom, dropped, dead. Well, he didn't die, he fell. She knocked him back. Kyera's a very strong being. Why you think the Hulk slept with her, bro? She's strong. She's sexy, too. But look, as far as this film goes, this could have been a really good MCU film. The MCU really missed out on this. I'm surprised they missed out. This could have been a sequel to the Incredible Hulk film that came out. Because they really missed their mark, man. Robin, see, this is my problem. Because Thor Ragnarok, they did the same thing with Cap Civil War. They robbed Thor's sequel, tried to incorporate other big name characters into it, and it didn't do it like that. Like Iron Man 3, bro. Yeah, you have War Machine. Well, War Machine it don't have big enough clout like Iron Man, like Cap and Hulk, or even Hawkeye. War Machine is just a sidekick to Iron Man. But still, Cap trilogy was robbed, and Thor's trilogy was robbed. Well, Thor Ragnarok, that director and Kevin Feige did that movie wrong. It should have been a dark film. But the Planet of Sakaar and Hulk shouldn't have even been in it, to be honest. They only put Hulk in there because, you know, they need to tie him. They need to make sure he's there for Infinity War. Let's be honest. Because the way they set up the MCU, you guys, I'm going to be real, y'all. I don't even think Civil War was supposed to come out at the time it did. Because remember, Civil War came out around the same time as BVS. Because I remember there was some reports that Civil War only came out in response to BVS. Because if that's the case, then Civil War got rushed and got all wonky and out of the plan. Look, I feel like Civil War was not part of the plan like that. Because the way they even did Civil War, the build up to that, it wasn't. That shouldn't have been in a Captain America film, yo. That should have been like a Avengers film. It was a Avengers 2.5, but they didn't say it. But we know it was Avengers 2.5. But the fact that they robbed Cap's film, yo. Cap could have had a trilogy that was supposed to be centered around him. But they end up incorporating all the Avengers, and then they just robbed his film of that. Yo, I was like, what are y'all doing? Y'all just robbed Cap's film. But, you know, still, I think Planet Hulk, this version, if they did the live action film just like this could have been a really good live action Hulk film. This could have been a really good one. Planet Hulk, this could have been a really good one. And where they was going off of Age of Ultron, this could have happened. It could have happened. I wouldn't know how they was going to really integrate it after integrate it into Infinity War. I'd have to really think more on that. But what I do know, this would have been a good Hulk film if they really did it properly. If they did it properly. But look, you guys, this is Planet Hulk. I recommend go check out this film. This film is fire. This is a B+ film to me. I like it. You know, I only give it a B+ because I'll say I wish it was a little bit longer. I think this film is on like an hour, 2 hours. An hour, 2 hours or so. Let me see. Planet Hulk runtime. An hour and 21 minutes. Yeah, I wish it was longer. If it was longer, like, this legit needed a sequel, but, you know, it didn't have a sequel. But it legit could have had a sequel. I really wanted it to have a sequel. But it didn't. But it could have. But it didn't. I wish it had a sequel, though. World War Hulk would have been a dope sequel. MCU, bro. Y'all need... And, look. Marvel, they need to go back to these mature films like these. This film is way more mature than the Guardians. Guardians 1. Guardians 2. No, Guardians 1. Guardians 2. Ant-Man. Ant-Man 2. Even Thor 3. This film is way more mature than that shit. Look, this is an animated film, but it's like a DC animated film. Still mature. Can get serious, shows a little bit more violence, and they don't hold back. They have less lighthearted stuff, but it's still not a dark and grim show, but it still, you know, has its uplifting Marvel moments. Even the animated Doctor Strange film is a lot more serious than most films in the MCU, and it's crazy. It is mind-boggling, and it's crazy. But look, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video there. It's your boy Kid Out, the first Black Super Saiyan. Where Revolving this planet goes with that peace, love, and positivity, and all that jazz. Deuces.